Okay, so today's job is kinda to un-F this cluster. So Friday I came here to replace this motor. Motor was dead. No biggie. Replaced the motor, turned it on, and it started up, but then all of a sudden started jerking and going crazy. Checked my 3-phase incoming, and one phase, like when I moved this whole exhaust hood, one phase would come in and out. So we went to looking underneath this. She tilts like that, and basically, actually I have the piece over here. Basically what we ended up finding was our BX here that went up and fed that switch was rubbed out right on this little grommet here, and that feeds up into that switch. So the reason for that is from them cleaning it, because when they clean it, it ends up stretching this BX here, that's all full of grease, in and out. So it being Friday at 5 o'clock, what I was gonna do is just wire out there temporarily and get it going. But this thing has been down for so long, I decided we're not gonna half-ass it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece of BX and we're gonna bring it out, probably this side here, maybe, I'm thinking. We close here, hinges there, and we're gonna go in through that little tube there. So just trying to think of whether I want to go through this wall or this wall here. If I go through this wall, I would just yeah, I think we can do that. Alright, so first things first is we're going to double check and make sure power's off downstairs. Has NCV on it, so NCV says it's dead. We'll double check with our actual meter here. Careful enough, even if it's live, you can still strip as long as you don't hit anything metal. That's a little, look at the green pus going on that. We'll cut that down to some good wire, but at least this way here I can make sure that we're dead, which we should be, but it takes 2 seconds to double check, make sure we don't fry ourselves. You know what? Technology to make our lives easier. That there. Touches to ground. Alright, so we definitely are dead. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut this back a little bit better and get rid of that sharp edge there. Cut this nice and flat to where this jacket's still intact, because there's no ground in that, so they're actually technically using this jacket as the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna come in pretty much right in the middle of these fins down below with just a 1/2 inch knockout. So I'm gonna drill in through the front side. So we're through there, and I'm going to use the good old Sluggo Buster here. I just have the manual one that you do with a wrench. They have hydraulic ones that work awesome, and because I have a giant wrench with it, but this has served me well for the past 20 years. There we go. I highly prefer these over a hole saw, so it makes a nice clean cut. No jagged edges, and it's the perfect size. Get in there to tighten that up. Okay, so now that we got that in there, I'm gonna get a little red head here, and this is just to prevent wire chafing on that sharp edge on the BX. Put this guy in there. And feed our wires through here. Cleaned off the end of that as best I can. Cleaned off kind of some of the chunkies on this here. And we'll tighten this down until it grabs. Right about there. And as far as ground path goes, I mean, we got what we got at this point. Let's see here. You got it there, and yeah, so we got it on our BX. I don't know if you can see that. If I can dig through the schmoo there, I can get a good ground. Come on, there it is. So we have continuity ground through that piece of BX. Now this never has to be touched again. At least that's the plan. So let's swing this guy down and we'll finish the rest up on the outside. Kind of hard to get a good angle in here with the regular camera, but this is the box. We're gonna 90 in from this side here. So what I'm gonna do is gonna pull this box to spin the 90 on, and then we'll remount the box and we can measure our piece of flex for that. Remove this one. Install our 90. The reason why we're doing this now is because we can't screw it on with the box mounted, obviously. Okay. And then we remount Mr. Box where she came from. Okay, so we have our 3 conductors and our ground. The reason why we're running a ground is this is non-metallic. Even though that is technically bolted to that, we're just gonna basically bond from here up top, just to make sure. So I'm gonna feed these through my Liquid-Tight here, and we're gonna see if I can get them through without using my fish tape. But if I have to go down my truck and get it, I will. But give me a few minutes and we'll stick these into the Liquid-Tight. Okie dokie. So there's our box. What I'm going to do is make sure we're level. It's good to me. It's not going anywhere. Screw connector in on this side. Wires through. I'm going to go with our natural curve of the liquid type where we want to go, and we kind of want to go up. So tighten this down. Okay, so now take our wires here. Back just a little bit. We got some green pus on the end of that. That's not in bad, too bad shape. It's a little discolored, but working with what we got here. I had to use a white wire because I wanted 3 different colors in here, and so that way there, if I have to change rotation, it's just easier for me. So just re-identified that. Some black tape. I know people are gonna yell at me in the comments, but you know what? It is what it is, and it's perfectly fine for what we're doing. And this little guy right here, just put it back. And we're gonna get one of these. And we're gonna crimper on that. Guys in there temporarily. If I have to change phases to reverse rotation, I'll probably do it down here just because it's easier to get at. Okay, so there's my liquid tight down there. We're going to bring it up and we're going to go right through this vent tube. Now I know a lot of places say don't do that. Trust me, almost every place does it, or a lot of places do it when they do it on the external. We'll just come right through there. As long as you don't block this, like 100%, you're fine. So we're going to bring it in there and around to the switch. The wires up in here. Tighten down this lock ring here. And put our crimps on. find out where to put those mounting screws. Not sure if these are the screws, but we found these. And they will do. Two. And this goes on. What's the matter?
I have a serious question.
Yeah.
I can't get Jen's toilet to flush.
Okay.
But like, there's no water in the tank.
There's no water in the tank?
Yeah.
How
do I fix that?
all the water in the building's working?
Yeah. I just washed my hands.
Okay. So open the tank.
Yeah.
Alright, there should be a float in there.
A what?
A float.
Can I FaceTime you instead?
Yes,
so you can see?
Yeah, FaceTime me.
Okay, bye.
Hello. Alright. Yeah, open the thingy.
I did. Can you see?
Yeah, I'm on a roof. I can barely see shit. Alright, see that red thingy on the left? The tall thing?
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have some sort of float on it.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
Now what? Now it's just gonna load back in and then I flush it?
Yeah, the float got stuck. Marriage. Alright. Ready to start this up? It's gotta turn clockwise, 50-50 shot. And we're wrong. Alright, so it's got to reverse 2 of the phases, and we should be good to go. Okay, for the second time, for the last time. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Whew! I was spitting some stuff out. Put the cover back on there. I'm going to double check amperage at the starters downstairs because they're easier to get to. And we have a rooftop unit up here we got to take a peek at.